Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com, and or possibly even posted up on the LAGTV community Discord, because Jeff is pulling the occasional from there as well now too. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yup.
I'm gonna see what your memory is like right now, because it's probably in shambles, but we're gonna see what you got. Hit me up with that old school epic music.
Really? With my voice like this? All right.
Not the honey anus.
Oh,
no.
All right. That's photos. I'm trying, bro. Thank you.
Perfect. That's great. Hey, that was more energy than I thought you had. Like, no shot.
What? Is this happening?
We're not seeing this. Is this happening again?
What
no way!
Dude, this is this is crazy.
So the last one was called a Will Cheese Fail, and this one's being called a normal game, and this is the same. Dude, did we spark a revolution when we told people to try about this strategy like a month ago, or like
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Paying attention?
I promise y'all, I do not screen these games, and I have no idea.
No.
Like this.
Well, even if we did, we certainly wouldn't pick them back to back with the same freaking strategy. I mean, that's crazy. But here we are. We have Glacier Hades in the bottom left, the Zerg, who is ironically also the one doing this strategy again from the same position the last game did. And Hyper Dragoon in the top right,
Protoss,
the blue Protoss.
It's Protoss. It's different. Last time it was Terran. So
it's true.
The unit composition will be different.
Still, man, they've got to hopefully see this ahead of time.
Yeah.
You have to imagine though, like how many weeks of this being a viable thing.
No, he's gonna see it. No, he's gonna see it.
Oh my god.
He sees it.
Okay.
He sees it.
Right,
Pylon's going up.
There it is. Okay. This one's playing out a little differently than the last time. I was gonna say, how long does this have to be on the ladder before people, start to learn that they can't just let that one be, and they got to be careful for the cheeky backdoor. And here's a couple of the Zerglings that were hoping to perhaps be the first in the doorway, but that Overlord would have seen. He is aware of the situation and immediately walls up with his 2 gateways and an extra pylon for good measure. And now Hyper Dragoon is thinking, all right, now, Mr. Black, this is bad. This is a lot that he's investing in right now.
That could have been a Nexus. I mean, all he needed to do was just have 1 pylon there, or just start chrono boosting out your stalkers, and just defend with offense. You know what I mean? Like,
There's a lot of investment for what is here this early in the game.
Yeah, like too much investment. It's not. This is not a sound investment. You're not getting a good ROI on this one. I'm telling you that right now. But it is what it is.
Getting a good ROI. LAGTV. When you download Mech Arena. Download today on mobile and or PC. You can even connect your account once you've created an account on mobile, and I'm pretty sure you can then connect it so that you can have all of your progress cross at the same time. So when you're shitting on company time and you got your phone out and you're playing Mech Arena making LAGTV money, it all comes together. When you go home and you're doing more work, but you're doing it on your computer, you can also be playing Mech Arena for LAGTV on the other side, and join the legions of LAGTV members on the LAGTV Discord, getting together, voice comms, 5v5s, menaces to society, taking over the whole fucking world. Mech Arena getting locked up and locked down by this community, crushing it. By the way, what goals are you looking to get to? You're looking to get to Division 3. You're looking to maybe get your pilot a little bit of extra sauce, getting them invested, getting them up in ranks. You're looking to hit on 120 matches. You got 2 weeks to do it. Woo! I fucking believe in you. I know a lot of you are like me. You're degenerates.
Yes.
I know, so, dude. I'm not lying. Jeff posted the fucking video last night as of this recording. Somebody already played 100 matches. There are some filthy degenerates out there in the community, and I fucking love you. So get in and get to work.
Do you know
Mech Arena.
Do you know how good it feels to have you do the sellouts? Like, I just sit back and laugh, because usually I'm the guy. Usually I'm the dude, and here Adam is.
I gotta pull my weight around here.
Hey, listen, you're pulling lots of weight, brother. You pulling lots of weight. All right, I appreciate it.
I gotta get off to Starbucks.
Now, last cast, I said I was gonna throw something at you this cast. All right, and I want to see I want to see if
I can catch it.
You can catch it. Mech Arena. Okay. Now this isn't a sellout. All right, but it's intertwined here. Where does Nova War come from, man? What game did you play?
It's funny you should ask that, Mr. Maximus Black. While it is not Mech Arena, download today on PC and mobile, it is actually from Mech Warrior 2 31st Century Combat.
Yes.
My favorite mech was the Nova mech.
Yes.
And so that, very, very convenient that Mech Arena is a thing right now. I don't think they have anything called the Nova. If they did, then I'd be all over it personally. But we do have a sub-alliance called the Nova Warriors. And
I love
so
it.
It lives on in spirit, but that is where my name comes from. I just wanted Nova at first, but of course that's a StarCraft character name.
Yep.
And it was taken online when we were like 11 trying to make names. And so at 11 years old or whatever, I was like, what sounds good with, cool with Nova? And when you're 11, war, totally, obviously.
Yeah.
So
duh.
that's how that, duh.
Yeah.
And so now here we are. And I'm 30 fucking going on 6, still using
Yeah,
Nova
it's come
War.
full circle. The fact that you had Mech Warrior, now we doing Mech Arena, and
Yes.
when it comes to my name, Maximus Black, I come from it comes from Gladiator, and Gladiator 2
Yes.
is right around the corner
That's
with Denzel
true.
Washington, who's coincidentally my favorite actor of all time.
We have lived so long that things are coming back around
Yes.
all over again. It's true. We are ancient in that regard, and God bless people for still watching whatever this is. Speaking of watching this, we should probably at least attempt
it?
to watch some of it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, in fairness, thankfully nothing major happened, but we did lose I guess that's a fourth that just finished. So that's
right.
That's not nothing. That's something.
It's something.
As Hyper Dragoon got to work on that with some of those Void Rays, which is what I assumed he would probably do after over-investing at that wall. He would kind of had to just force himself to just turtle and camp for some time, and that's exactly what happened. Now he's, of course, gotten heavy into the Stalkers, and this is looking. Well, I gotta be right now. It's looking like it's kind of in Hyper Dragoon's corner. How are you feeling about Hyper Dragoon's chances here, Mr. Black?
I mean, I think picking off that fourth there was really nice. This Oracle is putting down a revelation now. He's just getting some scouting information. He is going to see that the lurkers are there, and these are going to be very, very tough to deal with. Very good revelation, getting the scouting information, and the Robo goes down immediately, and he's going to have to get out observers. I don't even think at this point putting too many cannons. Might want to put one cannon here. Probably doesn't have to worry about cannons inside the base quite yet.
Just something.
And supply blocked at the moment as well. I love what Hyper Dragoon is doing here. He is starting to move out, and what this does is this prolongs the attack at the base. So what he has to do is keep the battle up here in the middle and slowly have Glacier kind of unburrow, move up, get hit, unburrow, move up, get hit, and buy time until those observers come out. Of course, the Oracle is still in play. This is going to be key until the observers get into play, because that revelation, of course, can see cloaked or burrowed units. In this case, 2 Overseers still in position, and those 2 Hydras are going to go down. This is going to be a big pickoff. This is going to allow the Oracle, if need be, to actually start attacking the lurkers, but really has to be careful with the sheer amount of energy or lack of energy that Oracle has.
Man, you know what I'm noticing right now is that this whole time it's taken so long. He finally got those pylons up, and one immediately goes back down again. He's really been severely hamstrung. He had the resources to build tons of units, but no supply. So he could have had way more on hand right now, but just spent so much time, invested in trying to keep this attack from making its way up into the base where it is now, that he did not build and macro in behind it. Lost a lot of opportunity, and now look, he's sitting on 2,200 minerals, 700 gas, and he does not have the supply to be able to use that up and help defend himself. And as he does that, he's freeing up supply willingly by just face rolling himself directly into a whole bunch of lurkers who seemingly will be getting rid of this forward base, and that's going to be a big turning point here for one Mr. Glacier Hades.
Yeah, I mean, I got to hand it to Dragoon. He is dealing with this pressure quite well, but that supply block, like you alluded to just a moment ago, really fucked him. If his micro has been really good, He's been up against it. He kept that Oracle alive for quite some time, used that one Phoenix to the best of his ability, and now he's just kind of being overran now that the Hydras are coming in as some added support for the Lurkers. These two Lurkers now working their way over to the other base. 11 kills between the two of them. This base is going to go down, and if I was Hyper Dragoon, I really wouldn't push too much here. He really just got to kind of let that go and let God at this point, because if not, he might just lose all of these Stalkers and what little bit of air that he has.
Yeah, definitely a Jesus take the wheel kind of a moment coming up here for Hyper Dragoon as Glacier Hades says, how about Hades nuts on your chin?
Got him.
Taking another base here on 2 now.
Good
with
pickoff.
Basically very minimal forces. That's a great pickoff. He needs to kill it.
What the
hell?
hell?
What are you doing? Killed it. What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing,
that was bad.
You fool!
One volley there.
Fool! Dude, you could have sneezed on it on the way out the door.
Wow.
You could have insulted its mother, and that would have been enough to implode it
Yes.
on the way out, and instead you just let it go.
Wow.
And let it live. When Jeff said, let it, what did you say about letting it go and letting God?
Yeah.
That wasn't meant for the Nexus.
No.
That was meant for everything else.
Well,
You just kill the damn thing.
That was bad. And that might come back to bite him in the ass. And the fact that he isn't really going back up there to try and pick it off, even just to go up there and volley it once and run out. I mean, I would be risking 3 or 4 Hydra at this point, or just put out 10 Lings and just go up there and pick it off, but just seems uninterested. And now the shield battery is going down. This is going to regenerate all of its shields. That was a bad play.
Wow.
Not a fan of that one.
Wow. Catastrophe. But I guess at the same time, within reason, back here we are seeing him attempt another, double expanding behind this, as he finds himself still up 40 supply over his opponent right now in the Protoss. Hyper Dragoon feeling a little spicy, wants to come down here and get rid of this base again. Looks like he's got a good opportunity to. That's a lot of Immortals, and so that hatchery will drop quickly, but he's got to be careful here that he doesn't get flanked from the back. He's going to go for it. Glacier Hades wants to plant these nuts on his forehead again, and a cheeky recall means he's only going to lose a couple of units.
Yeah, but those couple of units were the Immortals, dude, and those were the that's the bread and butter. He might just lose here.
The bread and butter, the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, that was the meat and potatoes, and all he's left with is broccoli, and unfortunately, it makes me gassy, and I think it might be over. This ain't good. It's over. That's a lot of Hydra.
Nobody was ready for this much fiber in their diet, Mr. Black. Everyone's just out here eating burgers and drinking Coke. And it's true, Glacier Hades will walk into the front door and knock it down, and one more time, force the game to end. Man, you know what? I think the pivotal point in this game was Hyper Dragoon getting unforced error supply block. I think without the supply block, and he had 2,000 minerals, 700 gas or whatever it was to use. Yeah. I think he defends that and counterattacks and wins. He would have just had so many units at his disposal that he just did not have access to because he was supply blocked at 85 supply. Yeah. And definitely could have been and if he didn't win, it would have definitely been a very different game from that point forward.
That's what I was about to say. He might not have won, but he would have held that easily. This base would have been fine. This would have never have taken the damage it did. He would have still had the majority of his stalkers still in play, but instead he lost the bulk of them. So yeah, that supply block really, it lost him the game. It was the beginning of the end, and Hades basically didn't stop macroing, and as you can see, it's just base after base, and just did a really good job. So solid game. Again, everybody, thank you so much. Make sure you guys join our community Discord and check out Mech Arena, and we will see you on the next one.